biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Hello, it is the Regina Sunshine Show, and you know I am not Regina. I am Kandie, your co-host for today, or might be your host for today. Not sure quite yet, but right now you got me. Today we are celebrating Black women excellence. We have some lovely young ladies in the building. Oh my God, they are so beautiful. You know, I like people a little darker than me. It's one in here. I just love her color, but don't worry about it. You know, I have no sense. So we are going to get the ladies up here in a few minutes, and we just want to welcome you to the show. And if you have any questions, make sure you got that number. You can actually text in if you don't want to talk, 478-569-6474, and we will be right back. The Regina Sunshine Show.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life.
Hello, it's your girl Regina Sunshine Robinson, coming here today to talk to you about my new book, Regina Sunshine State of Mind, 7 Keys to Help You Get Your Mind Right. If you've been looking for that tool to help you in getting a positive mental attitude and not only getting it, but maintaining it, this is the book for you. You can find it on my website, reginasunshine.com, or you can also find it at amazon.com. Hi, it's your girl Regina Sunshine, bringing you the Regina Sunshine Show, my version of midday motivation, helping you get a Regina Sunshine state of mind.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
And we're back, and as you see, I got a lot of lovely ladies sitting up here with me. Once again, it's the Regina Sunshine Show. We'll be here from noon to 2, and you can call in 478-569-6474, and we're going to get right in it. We're going to go one by one and let everybody introduce themselves, and once we do that, we're going to go to the next thing. How about that? So we're going to start with you already know this is the one I like.
You like my skin complexion?
I like that skin complexion.
Brown skin.
Yes, I'm going to be like that when I grow up.
You have a beautiful complexion, too.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Tinzley Bradford, and I'm the author of The Settle-Free Dating Method for Women. This is a no-nonsense advice guide to remind you lovely ladies that you are more. I also do PR for Bold Favor Media Group, and I am a media correspondent and a speaker. So today I'm going to be just talking about settle-free life altogether, not just settle-free dating, but settle-free life. And thank you, Regina, and your wonderful staff here for celebrating us today. I was so impressed when I heard that I was considered a woman of excellence. Thank you.
For Regina say so, you are. Now what? So we're going to go to the next.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Coach Corinne Wright. I am the author of both Shine in Your Lane as well as the Quick and Dirty Guide to Entrepreneurship, Business Development, Personal Development. You can get both here. So we will be having a fun conversation with these beautiful brown skinned ladies today.
Yes. And then I love her, even though she's over in the corner by herself. Come on with it.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Lateka S. Carter. I am an author, filmmaker, speaker, TV and red carpet host. I'm also an entrepreneur. I own Kingdom Design and Production, LLC. And I am excited to be among these beautiful women here. Thank you so much for Regina for just putting me in the midst of these beautiful women celebrating women of excellence. You are a woman of excellence yourself.
Exactly. So let's dig into it. So you two have books. Did you write a book as well? All right, so shout out your book.
Transition You in 90 Days.
All right, so let's talk about that, because I knew I went through the little list. I was trying to figure out which book I was gonna start with, so I'm like, I didn't hear it. So let's talk a little bit about your book, about transitioning within 90 days.
Okay. So Transition You in 90 Days is a self-help inspirational journal. It was really birthed out of my pain in life. So basically, I lived a life that was depressed for myself. I was oppressed. A lot of other stories out there. But for me, I took it as far as trying to commit suicide. So in 2011, God wouldn't allow me to die, and I'm so grateful. I hated my life every day, and I'm sure there's other people who could feel the same way, can say that. But then in 2012, I went through a process that I didn't know was a process at that time, where God actually transitioned my life in 90 days. So last year, he just put it in my spirit one day in prayer to create a journal. Had no idea where to start, where to go, what to do, because I had already did a movie. So I'm like, a book? What am I supposed to do with this? But I just started putting things together, taking myself back down that lane of where I was hopeless, feeling as if life was over. I love my children, I love God, but the pain was so surreal for me. And at that time that I went through that, I had to put myself back in that place to remember the pain that I felt and think about the ones who would be walking through this process. What do they need to stay motivated? It's going to be tough, because changing your life is not easy. We can say we want to change. Let's just even say exercise, work out, eat healthier. That's a struggle if you're not used to it. You have to put yourself in position to get ready to do that. So for me, that's how I actually started it. And it's a 3-part series where I'm actually working on just condensing everything down to one journal where people can actually get the book, walk through the process, and I write it in such a way that I coach them along, like the Transform My Life coach, where I help transform their life into a healthier, well-balanced, self-sufficient person, mentally, spiritually, financially, and physically. So I don't leave anything unturned.
All right. I like that. I don't like the fact that you were trying to kill yourself, but sometimes you got to go through that in order to get to your next level. So I appreciate you telling about it. And how do you get the book?
Okay, so the book is on my website, Transition You in 90 Days. So you start off with the first series. As I stated before, I'm in the process of condensing everything. I didn't want to put it out for sale, for just put it out there on where people can just go buy it on
Amazon.
Amazon. It's on Amazon, but I don't have the other ones out there because I don't want people to get it out of order. It's very important that you don't dive into, I want to lose weight, or I want to figure out how to save money. You get those books because it has what you really want to take place. It's important that you start with the first 30 days because we dive into the root cause of the problem, which is your mindset. You got to get your mind together.
I like that because a lot of times we do skip over. You know, because even with reading a book, sometimes it start getting a little boring. You be like, let me go to the end and see what happened. Like, then you go back and you be like, nah. So that's good. I like that concept because it does force people to do it the correct way and follow the steps correctly. So congratulations on the book and everything. I like that. All right, so you have two, and the one is like, okay, so which one I need to get first? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I get this one first?
It's on there, the first series, and it's on sale. I started with the Black Friday sale. It's 2 for $20 actually. If you want to buy the first and the second one, the first one is $10, and I'm gonna keep the sale going through the end of the year. And the second one is if you want to get the second one, it's going to cost you more, but it
Right.
makes more sense. You can get 2 of them, the first and second series, for $20.
Cool. So on to
Coach Wright.
Coach.
Right.
Yes.
The coach, because she coaching you on everything. She got you gonna go to this book, you're gonna go to this book, but you're gonna get them. You're gonna get coached. Okay, so let's talk about your books.
Okay, so Shine in Your Lane is a 15-letter chapter acronym that pretty much breaks down the steps to, it's for 15 principles on your journey to greatness. So that book is more so of a personal and kind of professional development, because you can read it whether you're going through something at work or personal, or if you're trying to be an entrepreneur. It really doesn't matter. It's going to help you. And some of the chapters in the book, the first chapter is See Yourself.
Okay.
And I love what you're doing because it's so in unison with the way I think and the way I, help people through my practice. And you can't start anywhere but behind the scenes. Right. You can't just start where you are. People want to, I want to do this, and then you go to someone and you want that help, but we have to work backwards.
Right.
As people who are in the industry of service to this degree.
Right.
You have to go back and unfold what's already there
Right.
in order to know how to help that individual. So See Yourself, it gets with you. And a lot of people I've gotten feedback from in that chapter, they tell me they get stuck there because it causes them to journal. It causes them to look at them. And everyone who reads it is like, oh, I know someone I can refer this to, or I know who she's talking about. But I'm
Right.
talking about you.
Right.
I'm talking about me and what it takes for me to get to know this thing, because how many of us have degrees? We all went to school and got some type of degree, associates, a high school diploma, master's, or whatever, doctorate.
Right.
But how often do you spend time trying to master the one thing God created that he said it was necessary to be here?
Right.
And that's you.
Right.
So if he put you here, you have a reason, you have a purpose, but don't you want to kind of spend time in that, figuring out what it is that you're supposed to do? Because the answers we have, and we're looking for them somewhere else. So, there's no negative self-talk. There's yearn to be no one but yourself, because a lot of people will look at what others are doing and get distracted.
Right.
But the cover has these sunglasses with a road in the middle, because it's really your lane, and it's all
Exactly.
about focus.
I love
Right.
those sunglasses. I have some of those.
She was like, she took my sunglasses and put them on her book.
Right.
I love them.
Nice.
But the
That's a really
purpose
cool
is
cover.
to
Yeah.
focus. You have to break down everything around you until you understand that you are your competition.
Right.
There's nothing out there that can
That is
stop
so
you from
true.
getting
Right.
to what you want, but you.
Exactly.
So instead of, when you have on glasses, you're not looking through your peripheral. Do you look through your peripheral to see? No, you turn your whole head.
Exactly.
Right, because you have a path and a journey.
Exactly.
So Shine in Your Lane shows you that there's room for everyone at the top. You just got to know how to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, she sound like some stuff I be trying to tell y'all. See, I ain't by myself.
No, you're
No,
not.
I'm
alone.
not by myself. I keep telling y'all that, especially the no competition. I am my
You
competition.
are your biggest
You know,
competition.
so
your
because-
last whatever.
Bro,
is your-
exactly.
yes, that's your
and
competition.
you start from there. But I like the fact that you guys are making people go back, because that's the part that people don't want to do. They don't think about the fact that you need to go back and see what the problem was in order for you to go forward.
People
You
don't
got to
wanna
go.
own that
They
there
don't
is
want
a
to own it.
problem.
No,
Exactly.
that is so
They don't want to own anything. They can always point their finger about what you did. You did this, and that's why I did this. No, what did you do?
That's right.
And
You
that's
start
why
with
some
you.
people are unsuccessful on social media, because when they're looking at what other people are doing, they're trying to start with what they see. They have
Exactly.
no idea what happened behind the scenes to get that person to that point.
Exactly.
Right.
And
So
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
work.
It's not happening in 1 second. And they might be big today, but how many years did it take them to get there? How much work did they do? How much disappointment did
How
they
many
go through?
no's?
How many
Yes.
no's? People telling them you can't do this. So it's a lot of stuff that people go through in order to become successful, but you don't want to do the work. And part of doing the work is going back and checking on yourself. Okay, well, and if you're not good with yourself, you're going to be good for anybody else.
Absolutely. Say it now. Say it now.
Wow.
I don't like that type of
Look, I gotta ring the bell.
I got a bell ring that I actually liked. Because y'all know I can't stand that bell.
I had my eyes on that thing. I'm like, I gotta find a reason to ring that thing.
Sometimes people be in here ringing the bell. I be looking at the show, they be ringing the bell. I be like, I want to call Net so bad. It be like, Net, please take that bell and just throw it over on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
But I like that. So let's talk about your other book.
So the other book is The Quick and Dirty Guide to Entrepreneurship. And this book was written because I had to.
Right.
When I first became an entrepreneur, a lot of people who knew me, they were like, wait a minute, okay, so she started a business and she's making money? Like, how do you do this? Because everyone thinks that starting a business is so hard. It's so foreign. Everything from the business plan to registration, how much it costs. People are confused.
Right.
So I had friends and people that I knew would call me and say, hey, can you just help me with this or that piece or just social media or tell me how to register? And I'm meeting with people for free doing this. And so ding, 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 start a business.
That's Regina's. That's what Regina would tell you. Don't do it for free. If
Don't
they
do it for
asking
free.
you for doing it, to
Exactly.
get paid for it. That's what
Because
she would tell
what
you.
they want. So people will tell
Right.
you what it is that they need, and you don't just put a price on it. It's the value.
Exactly.
How can I take this nothing and make it something? So the Quick and Dirty Guide to Entrepreneurship is for people who want to transition from their jobs into entrepreneurship to get a better understanding of the entrepreneurial mindset,
Right.
different avenues they can take to accomplish some of the same goals, but in a different way.
Right.
So this book was forced on me. This one actually fell out of the sky. God gave me the acronyms, the title. He gave me everything. And when I was writing it, I was just like, wow, I know this is not just me. And when people respond to it the way they do, that's how I knew. I'm like, it's amazing when you think about an author. It's not just a person sitting up writing books and pumping them out.
Right.
It's it's content that is necessary for someone to help them get to somewhere.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and a lot of times with the type of books that you guys are writing, it's something you've been through.
All of
So
it.
so that it makes it even better because you know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I say that like when I did the health show for women, that was one of the things I wanted. I always want I want a professional that can tell you that side of it, but I want somebody that actually went through it, so they can give you a different perspective of it, because just because the doctor said this is what's going to happen don't mean that's what's going to happen to you. Right. Everybody is different. So that's, oh man, I like that. I'm going to get all that. So we're going to go back. I'm going, how I do. I go forward and backwards, but hey, let's get to you. And this, the pink book.
Pretty in pink.
It's pretty in pink too.
I always use this same joke, but it's so true. So if you're an AKA, you need to buy this for the cover alone.
How about that?
Because it's so cute. Okay, so the book, The Settle-Free Dating Method for Women, is a no-nonsense advice guide. So I'm really down to earth when it comes to being settle-free. And now that's starting to expand like life, settle-free lifestyle, period. It started out with this book, which is I'm going to go ahead and go more into detail about this book. So my whole life, I found myself settling in bad relationships with guys. I did not know I was doing that. Right. I could blame my daddy, I could blame my mom, I could blame everybody. But at the end of the day, it was me who was making these poor decisions. Seeing potential in people who really didn't have what I needed in a mate, because I was by myself. I wanted to have somebody. Right. So I figured at least I'll have somebody. I'll be in a relationship. I can be seen, being viewed as socially successful because this lady got a man. She doing well. That doesn't mean that everything is well because you have a mate. So I had to, like you said, go backwards and realize the pattern. My mom ended up being a single mom, myself and my sister. I became a single mom, raising my daughter. My daughter is 24, who I love very much, but she's now a single mom, my grandbaby. So there is something going on as to why we're ending up with mates who don't want to stick around. Right. And it's not necessarily something that we're doing 100% wrong, but of course we all can agree we all have room for growth or maturity. But why are we attracted to these bad boys or these guys who don't want to raise their kids, who don't want to stay in the family? Even if me and the guy is not together, why doesn't he want to be there for the child? Right. So I decided to start, and I was thinking about you saying nothing negative in the book. Mine ain't really negative, but
it ain't all positive. I'm just playing.
I'm down to earth. I'm real down to earth when it comes to no nonsense advice. I'm to the point where if he's selling CDs on the side of the road, that is not a stable relationship or future. You got to keep it real, ladies. It's cute and all. If he flying and good looking, You have to see the bigger picture. Right. Can you see yourself waiting on a man to come home? Baby, I sold 3 oils and 2 incense today. You know, I'm just keeping it real, you know, and I'm not saying judge him by that, because once again, there's definitely something there. If he has drive and tenacity, if that's temporary, he may be doing the oil thing for a while because he lost his job. You know, you was talking about how for a while you were laid off. So he may have to do that, but that can't be the 5-year plan.
Exactly.
So we got to start paying attention to those early signs in relationships. We're planning. You talk about planning for 90 days. You talk about the strategic steps to entrepreneurship. Everything should be planned. Your relationships, your dating should be planned. You can't just go, well, right now he's struggling. He don't have no money. He don't have no car. I'm doing everything, but I see hope. You know, you have to keep it real. Yes, in that relationship. And you have to start making sure that what you give is being reciprocated. Right. Too many times we do it all. We super mom, we superwoman, we super boo, we super wife, but we don't get it back. And he sees that. If he's not a grown man and a real man, I'm talking about a real man, he's going to keep getting what he can get, taken from you. Then you drained emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, and all of that. So I said no more, because I was that drained emotionally, spiritually. I was broken. I was like a mess at times, and I still continued the behavior because I wanted to fill the space. Right. I wanted to fill the void. So in my book, I talk about a lot of stuff, you know, and here there's so many chapters in here. And at the end of it, I'm going to be working on another book for 2018, which I'm excited about. It's actually Settle Free Lifestyle, period. But I'm talking about one chapter says, don't go backwards if you're practicing settle free dating. You know, now that could be negotiated, because sometimes people may have not been mature enough at the time. You may have been dating somebody in high school or college. Both of y'all needed to work on yourself. Then y'all can come back and be like, okay, well, we both are grown now. We know this thing. Right. But if you're dealing with a knucklehead and you know he a knucklehead, you don't need to be going backwards. Well, let me see if something changed. No. So that's what Settle Free is all about. It's all about just being wiser choices. Like the moment you see those signs, you got to nail them in the butt and be like, is he a good fit for me? He's done several things that's not making me feel too good. He only did 2 that make me feel good. Weigh your options, you know. Are you getting what you need from your relationship? Are you getting what you need in this dating process? It don't take a rocket scientist to know what it feels like to be treated like a queen in a relationship.
Right. I have to, can I just say something? Okay. So what you're saying, it resonates, because I remember back when I was praying for a mate, and part of the time that I was praying for a mate, I was in a relationship, but I was still praying because I knew, you know, this not working. But what I was praying for was, because my prayers changed throughout the relationship, I said, God, I want you to, you know, I want these things in a man, but I want you to make me the type of woman that this man would also want and would also see. Because sometimes we're sitting next to that man, but he can't even see us because we haven't worked on us.
To that part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I love the idea of the content in your book. Because
and I like what you just said. That was actually my next, I was going to say that. You know what? We as women a lot of times are not ready.
Right.
We thought we was.
Right.
Got on my red bottoms. Looking cute in my dress today.
Dress. Yeah. She got on a black dress and a red bottom.
I done put up this website. I got it going on. I'm an entrepreneur. He better come correct, you know. Exactly. But there's a lot of emotional damage in the past that I haven't addressed. Baggage. Right. Yep, Lateka. Right. That I haven't addressed yet, you know, and it took me, once again, going backwards to reevaluate, where was Tinzley at?
Right.
What can Tinzley bring to the table? I mean, I do agree a lot of times you shouldn't have to bring so much. If you got a grown man, he's going to try to make life easy for you. Right. If he's the one, he should want to walk in your life without any kind of, well, I'm not buying them, she don't buy me nothing. Well, I'm not taking her out if the relationship. Right. I'm not going to be spending no money on no steak dinner if she ain't going to be the one. I mean, that's just too much. If you don't have somebody that's willing to invest a couple of dollars in you, but he'll spend $400 on PlayStation, there's a problem. So did I answer the question? Settle free lifestyle, settle free dating. Be more wiser when you're making your choices, when choosing your mates. Take your time. Be single for a while if you have to. Right. If it ain't working in the beginning, don't run off right away. Let me get somebody else. I got to be seen as somebody successful. Let me get somebody else. Work on yourself and just be quiet. Right. You know, I'm trying to get Future to do that. What's his name? The rapper. He need to sit down somewhere. Every time I turn around, he got a new babe. Sit down and work on yourself somewhere. You know, Future, just sit down.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And it's so important that we work on ourselves.
Yeah, what does that look like?
We don't know what, we really don't know what we want in life
Right.
until we grow up.
Yay.
And until we can identify what makes me happy.
Yes.
What makes, am I comfortable going to a movie, taking myself
Yes.
out without anyone saying, ooh, she's not with someone.
Right.
And
Or worrying about them saying
Yes,
it.
Right.
exactly. We have to get comfortable because we have to be valuable
Yes.
Yeah.
ourselves to
Right.
bring something of value to that man.
Right.
And we can't know what to really take back
Right.
if we don't know what to bring to the table in the
right.
first place.
Right.
So if we want something of value, we first have to make ourselves valuable more than what you just said with the red bottom shoes and the
Exactly.
website together, bro. I got a business going on. I know I'm ready and I'm good to go. But your attitude on the inside,
Right.
as soon as
Yeah.
he says something that reminds you of Ray Ray and John John, you're gonna take
Don't
it
forget
back
about
onto
that.
your daddy
Yes.
what he did.
Right,
You're gonna
right.
take it back and you think you got it going on.
Right.
We have to learn how to mature to walk
Right.
into a mature relationship.
I love that.
Right.
That is so important,
But
y'all.
not only that, you got to be willing to be by yourself so you
Oh,
can work on
absolutely.
yourself.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, the reason why they having all these problems because they jumping from man to man or woman to woman, you know,
Yes.
and so that's part of your issue because you haven't even healed from the last relationship.
good.
You done already jumped into something else. So you taking all of that with you. You
Yeah.
haven't given yourself time to get yourself straight. And then how you gonna get with somebody and actually be a good woman to them when you haven't healed from the last problem you had. That's not that we're not talking about the last problem you had. He
In the
had
relationship.
the last
Right.
problem you had because
Right.
it was two people in that relationship.
Absolutely.
So what did you do
That's
that
right.
you might need to change? And that's the part nobody ever thinks about as well. But I love this.
Yes, honey. There's some tips in here from
We
if
gotta
he
get
walk
that one
around
too.
with a tight shirt and his belly hanging out,
Oh, run.
there might be a problem. If he got 7 or 8 kids he ain't taking care of, but he asking you what you doing tonight, it's time to go.
But you know that that part I really don't get because you got these guys out here that will get with you and help you with your child, but they got 15 kids over here that they not even taking care of.
And that's where that
That's the-
maturity part comes
Right,
in. Because they may
right.
be mature now with that new family.
Right.
But are they mending the past,
past.
issue? Those issues are going to keep
Exactly.
resurfacing until
Exactly.
they get it closure.
But the right woman will let him know that if
Right.
you're not
Exactly.
taking care of your kids, that's a
Right.
problem.
Right.
Right.
Trying
right.
to make me baby mama number 5.
Right.
And what is it that you want with me? Because am I another step in your process of,
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I mean? So you have to,
Question it, y'all. See what's
Look at
you
that
hear her? Question them. Don't be ashamed to question them. You know, question them.
everything.
You don't have to do it like Perry Mason, like you just like interrogate them, but you have to question. you get
I'm
to
Perry
that.
Mason. I want to know everything. What your
Right.
mama name is? How many children you got? How many? Who?
And what you doing with
What
them?
you doing with them? Is your child support paid up in full? Yeah, all that. Because if you ain't taking care of what you already got, how you gonna take care of me?
Exactly.
You know, and I might not need you to take care of me financially. I need you to take care of me mentally, but you can't do that either because you got all this extra crap
You gotta be very
going
present in a relationship.
on. Right.
Balance it all.
Right. Well, I like that. Everybody up here went back and, you know, told it like it T-I-Z is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that. Because of the fact that you guys, it's almost like you guys were perfect together because it was like all of y'all have similar, you know, it's different, you know, you're saying it in different ways, but you have like the same, you know, focus almost, you know, about making sure that you are healed and in order to do what you need to do going forward. So I like it. I still need to figure out how I'm gonna get them 90 before you put all of them out. Because you said I got to wait until she put them. You put them out. You know I'm that person. I want the last one first. I want the first one last. She gonna make me do it right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a break. And we're going to come back in a few minutes. I want you guys to call in because y'all know y'all got questions because I got questions. You know, if I got questions, you got questions. 478-569-6474. It's the Regina Sunshine Show. I'm your girl, Kandie, and we'll be right back.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Hi, it's your girl Regina Sunshine, bringing you the Regina Sunshine Show, my version of midday motivation, helping you get a Regina Sunshine state of mind. Hello, it's your girl, Regina Sunshine, motivational speaker, author, and talk show host. I am passionate about helping others to live their best life. I call it getting a Regina Sunshine state of mind. I'm the host of the Regina Sunshine Show. It airs every Monday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on instinctradio.net, where again you will find me helping others to live their best life. It is my goal always to leave you better than I found you and to help you to understand that it's not over till you win. And if you hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. Make sure to follow me on Facebook.com under Regina Sunshine Robinson and also on my website, reginasunshine.com. Hello, it's your girl, Regina Sunshine Robinson, coming here today to talk to you about my new book, Regina Sunshine State of Mind, 7 Keys to Help You Get Your Mind Right. If you've been looking for that tool to help you in getting a positive mental attitude and not only getting it, but maintaining it, this is the book for you. You can find it on my website, reginasunshine.com, or you can also find it at amazon.com. Hello, it's your girl, Regina Sunshine, and they call me the Affirmation Queen. Why am I called the Affirmation Queen? Because I'm a big believer that if you change the way you speak, you'll change the way you think, and you'll change the circumstances in your life. So start today speaking words of life over you and your circumstances, and see if everything doesn't begin to line up with those things that you are speaking. And I want to leave you with these parting thoughts. Remember this: God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life. And take with you my personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you today, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed and keep winning.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
And we're back with the coaches, because I know only one of them called himself a coach, but all three of them did team coach today. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk a little bit about what else do you have going on. So let's start with the actual coach.
Okay, well, again, my name is Coach Wright, or Corinne Wright. My company is Coach Wright Consulting, and I specialize in business coaching and life plan development. The life plan development piece comes from having worked many, many years with college students who were at risk of getting put out of school and having to create plans, strategic plans and lifestyle plans for them. So that taught me how to coach individuals that come to me with goals that may have barriers and don't know how to get past that point to achieve what they're trying to. And the business coaching is pretty much all things business. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to learn how to be a coach or a consultant, I can teach you from scratch to finish. So those are the primary parts of my services. I also teach people behind the scenes how to self-publish books.
Okay, cool.
Good stuff.
Yes, I like that. Don't y'all like that?
Of
Okay.
course, show us.
Yes, we need her to show us all kind of stuff, don't we? So we going back over to you. Yes. All right, so what else do you have going on? She got a lot. That's why I did it that.
Wow, because this Saturday is my Divas Conference. And the Divas stems from the birthing from my pain that still ties over to the actual Transition You in 90 Days. In 2012, when I was at that point where God was starting to make me over and transition my life, didn't know that's what he was doing. He began to let me know after going on a fast, he said that word to me. And I'm like, I don't see myself as that. You're talking about somebody who was ready to die and give up and just say, I'm going to be behind the scenes. And I said, but what does that stand for? What does that mean? And he broke it down. It stands for dynamic, intelligent, vivacious, ascending system.
Wow.
And at that time, I didn't know. I had to look up each word. Because I'm just like, I had to see the dictionary version to see what it says. And I said, I didn't see that about myself, especially vivacious, meaning full of life. But here it is, I'm trying to kill myself. I gave up, and I'm, needless to say.
But
in
you're
90
full of
days,
life now.
Right, exactly. I love my life. I don't rush my life. I don't hate my life. I let God just work on me and the process because it's necessary. Right. So with this conference, it came about, God let me know last year when I was speaking at a conference that I had to do one. I'm like, okay, God. And so this year, he began to let me know to put it in place. So I did that. And it's going to be held at Kingdom Harvest Outreach Ministries, 134 East Atlanta Road, Stockbridge, Georgia, where I'm going to be celebrating women. Because the thing is, sometimes, I don't know if you've seen this before, but some women have a problem celebrating other women.
You're right.
So it's about celebrating them no matter what they're going through in their life.
Right.
We have to remember we wear so many hats. Life happens to all of us. For me, I had become a widow, and years later I got married. Next thing you know, I'm separated as soon as I got married, and then I'm divorced. And I was so embarrassed and just didn't want anyone to know where my life was. And I had to learn, life happens to us all, no matter what we're going through. We go through phases. But the thing is, how do you handle it? How do you cope with it? And we forget that there's passion. We forget that there's purpose, because God created each one of us for the purpose. He didn't say, let me create Tinzley. What can Tinzley do? No, he said, here's the purpose. Now let me create this divine woman to fulfill this purpose. He puts us on an assignment. He puts us on a mission. So we have wonderful speakers who are going to be attending this conference to impart and empower, ignite the passions and the purpose, those fuels inside of each woman that will be in attendance. And Tinzley is going to be the moderator for the conference. And we didn't intend this to happen. It just happened like it did for us to be here on the same show. But
so funny.
She's a part of the Bold Favor Media Group, and my keynote is Lanita.
Yeah, because I was just going to say, that's her right there.
Yeah. Hey, Lanita,
Bradford.
darling.
Yes. And she's going to be talking about 3 struggles of a woman. So I also have some other powerhouse speakers. We're going to be diving in what divas really mean. So Kimberly Tetterton is going to be talking about being dynamic and intelligent. And then have Minister Arthur McCartney Green is going to be telling you how to be vivacious. She's known as the Joy Lady, been in the same place where she hated her life too. But for some reason, God said, let me show you what it is. Right. And then we have executive pastor of Kingdom Harvest Outreach Ministries, Dion Preston, is going to be summing that up with how to become an ascending sister. From there, we're going to move into our wellness segment, where we're going to have Sharika Walton, who is a board-certified registered nurse, a doctoral scholar. She's going to be coming in talking about what she specializes in, and that is preventative health care for women. Really, not necessarily the health care, but telling us how to pay attention to those signs and how to de-stress, detox, and get ourselves into a better place. We're going to have a weight loss coach that's going to come in and teach us about healthy choices, which goes into the mental aspect.
I need to get that schoolgirl figure back. Yes.
And that is none other than Tiffany, Lady of Power Kelly. Okay. And then we can't leave out your finances, because if your money is not right, we got to know how to budget. You know, we were talking about having that right man in our life. Well, we want a man with a great credit score, you know, like 755 up, 800 up. What are we bringing to the table? We can't bring our bags and think that we're going to be Cinderella and he's just going to come and put us up in this nice castle. No, we got to put our work in. So she's going to be talking about helping us get ourselves in line with our finances, and that's Evelise Jones.
Yay.
Can't forget what we go through as far as women are concerned when it comes to domestic violence.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm a survivor of that, and the speaker that's coming, she's a survivor, 14 year of that as well. She's going to be honing in on the signs, how to break free. And her name is, oh my gosh, she's going to kill me, Sonia McKenzie. That she's going to be coming, you know, so many speakers to remember everyone. Yeah. But it's a powerful, packed day, December 16th. Red carpet interviews going to be catered. The women are going to be celebrated, not tolerated. And that is what is important to me, that they understand that God loves us no matter where we are in our life, no matter what we've done, there is still hope. And we want to show that hope that there today. Not to mention, I'm going to be releasing my song that ties into the book.
Okay.
Yay!
She sings too.
Yeah, she does.
See?
Yay.
She keeping it all on the down low.
Well, it's just so much
Yeah,
that's taking place
yeah.
in
That's why we
5
keep
hours.
asking questions
Well, yeah,
like,
that's gonna be
what
good, though.
else do you do? Right. You heard me say that, didn't you? Okay. I'm gonna get her. So how often do you do the conference?
Actually, this is my first
Okay.
one doing it here, but God just put a nugget on me when I was going out of town last Monday. This is the model for the ones that I have to do. So he told me to go back to the places that I've lived in, the states that I lived in, and do it there. So I already have one that will be underway April in Greensboro, North Carolina, and then another one where I was originally born. Haven't lived there since 2004, but I have to take it back there. And that's going to be in July 2017, so that will be in Martinsville, Virginia.
2018.
2018.
Yes, we're
thank
almost
you.
done.
Yes. 2018. So from there, we're just going to see how it's going to take shape, take place. It's about empowering women.
Right.
Start this movement to remind women how powerful we are, how we were created beautifully and wonderfully in the image of God, and to go out here and live your life. Authors, people like to write, do films, whatever is inside of you, even sing, dance. You can't be afraid. Don't go to your grave full. Go empty.
That's
Right. Right. I like how
Right.
you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
It's gonna be amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, because you got I saw all the ladies on the
Powerful
flyer.
women.
Nice. That's going to be real nice. And that's this Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
You still get tickets, right?
Yes, up until Friday. Thank you. Up until
Yeah.
Friday, 11:30, Eventbrite Divas Conference. You can just go type that in, DIVAS Conference, and you can get those tickets. If you bring more than one, you're going to save more money. So if you really want to come, I would talk to a couple girlfriends and say, let's go have a good time, and you're going to save a lot more money doing it that way. And if you do come, just let me know you saw me on Instinct Radio so we can shout you out. We're going to be recording this, and it's just going to be amazing. It's been a lot of work, but it is so worth it.
Yay. Yay. Yes, I like that. She working, boy, hurt foot and all. Yeah. Real. It's a real one right here. She's doing it all. Yeah, so you already know I had to save her for last. 'Cause I like this book right here, man. I'm about ready to go back on the book, but I'm trying not to. So we sit up here and talk about this book for about 4 weeks.
It's important. Relationships are important.
Exactly. So let's dig into the rest of the stuff you do, because I heard you over there. You had a list.
I do have a laundry list. I got to do some laundry. Get some people's lives clean.
Yes.
As I continue to clean my own.
No, exactly.
So I do settle-free mixers quarterly. The original purpose was supposed to be annually, but the success of them have been so great that we're doing them quarterly. So that's like every 3 months around that time. The settle-free mixer is like a combination of the beginning of the well, it's not even a conference, it's a mixer. We talk about relationships and dating, just whatever the topic is for that moment. It could be, how does self-esteem relate to your relationship? How does image apply in relationships? How does being jealous in a relationship? Whatever it is, how can you get your money right? But each one of my settle-free mixers don't only talk about relationships, but it's also helpful tools in the second segment. So the very first one was about home loans and mortgages, and how as a couple, or when you're in relationships, or when you're single, can you go out in the world, get these houses, when can you sell? Just educating my attendees on important stuff as couples in relationships, or people that are single. How do you do it? Because everybody don't know when to call and ask when to sell their home. People don't know about the importance of interest rates and who to speak to. Is my credit score important at this point? The second settle-free mixer, which even grew, way more attendees, thank God for that. Word of mouth, people loved it. I had speakers that talked about relationships and dating in the first segment, which I had some guys on there giving the male perspective. So of course a lot of women chimed in on that conference. They were like, "What he said, not what they said. You better get it together." So it was a really great conversation. The second half was finances. We had some financial experts in there, and it was love and money. That was the concept. How do you win at both? Because a lot of times we go, well, I'm in this great relationship, but we struggling, and then they start what you said earlier, blame. Instead of partnering together and going, okay, let's clean this slate. I got a credit score that's low. How can we work on helping me fix this?
Right.
You good on yours, but then I need you to help educate me on this. Let's not blame. Let's come together and make this about us as a team, because we're a team. This is what we need to do. So the third one's coming up. So you're going to have to visit me on TinzleyBradford.com. So I'm Tinzley Bradford LLC. But visit my site. I'm on Instagram at TinzleyB. Make sure you follow, because I don't have a date set. It's coming up. It's getting close. Shame on me for not having already planned it. But it's a settle-free mixer. They happen every 3 months. Also, I'm going to be a speaker, one of the coach speakers at this upcoming, it's 2 days of inspiration, innovation, and information behind the beauty. So the date is July 20th. 2018, where I'll be one of the speakers, one of the coaches, breakout coaches, talking about settle-free life, just talking about how I got out of stuck and moved forward, how I stopped settling for knuckleheads and started feeling like, you remember when Tina Turner got her mind back in that movie, What's Love Got to Do? She's, whatever. You know what I'm saying? How I got to that, whatever point in my life, in the relationships. That's what this is going to be about, me just coaching people on how to get to that point where you've had enough and you want them to know, you know what? I'm so over you. What you got now? So you have to get to that point. Once they see they no longer have any power over you, it's a wrap. You own to your next purpose. You own to your greater purpose. See, God need to see you released from that foolery and mayhem of accepting that bad behavior and constantly making excuses over and over again, despite seeing the clear behavior is bad right in front of your face. Right. We're working on a tour. Don't know the dates on that, but we've been planning. I'm going to be working with some dynamic, wonderful powerhouse speakers. Once again, stay on my page, Tinzley Bradford LLC. It's 2018, but we're doing a tour. It's going to be some fabulous women on this tour. Okay. So you don't want to miss it. Stay in the loop on that. That and coupled with something awesome I'm doing that I'm so excited about. It's more of a private issue, like a corporate event. At a company I work for a very long time. I'm part-time now, but it's Home Depot. Okay. So they have every year a Women's Link conference where all of the women from the Home Depot corporate office, in the field, whoever want to, attends this really huge conference. They have keynote speakers. They have swag bags. This year, Lisa Nichols is going to be the speaker, and I get to share the stage with Lisa Nichols. Right. She's one of my idols. I absolutely love her, so I'm very excited about that. That'll be January 9th. The only thing I can tell y'all about that is I'll let you see the aftermath of that, because they're not letting nobody in. I tried. You
can't come.
I wanted everybody to come. I wanted to invite so many people. They were like, well, it's a private affair, only for the corporate affair. Right. The ticket is in the mail.
How about it?
Yeah.
And the mailman not running. Because he got iced in.
He got iced in, right. His phone is dead. He don't have no signal because of the weather.
No GPS.
Right.
Nothing ain't working.
What time y'all say that was again? I posted it down there.
2002. It was 2017. Nah, actually it was 2016. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, we're going to figure that out. So all you ladies do some type of coaching. Tell me how you got into coaching.
I'm going to start since I was already talking.
I just letting them do their thing now.
Well, we have to have them.
Right.
One of my lovely friends and mentors, two of them, of course, Lanita Mitchell-Blackwell, I love very much, and also Abiola Abrams. This is my goddess woman. She was one of my first mentors when I started out. She actually helped me, and she actually co-signed my book. Abiola Abrams, she's done a lot. But one of the biggest things that she said that stood out for me, she said people used to always ask her, why are there so many coaches and so many freaking people that call themselves therapists around the world? Well, she said, because this world needs them.
Exactly.
I don't care what your background is. I don't care what yours is. At this point, you've been ordained and assigned to do this now. Somebody needs it in this world. This world is lost. We all see what's going on around us. Those are clear signs, that we don't need to settle for. We need to be taking action. So how can we use our pain and turn it into a purpose for sure? Right. I know people get tired of hearing those same, look at the back of my hair. I keep seeing this flying back there.
Her hair look fine.
Anyway, I know people get sick of hearing all those they call them feel good messages, feel good words. We need them. Because if everything is always negative, belittling, condescending, tearing people apart, we're going to have even more depressed and distressed people in the world who don't feel that there's any hope. We're out there to be that bridge of the gap of the negativity and the insecurities, and that there is hope. And that is what we're here for. So I got into it because of my own experiences. I wanted to make a difference and start telling women who was telling me these sob stories, girl, he ain't called back. No, girl, he didn't give my money back. And you gonna settle for that? And that's how I got into it. My face was like, "Are you serious? You're not gonna call him and say, girl, you better get on it, So I became a coach because I said I gotta coach her and show her how to do it without her feeling like she's scared.
Right.
Call that joke and say, give me back my money. Call that joke and tell him it's a wrap. This relationship ain't working. It's over.
Right.
A lot of women they don't want to. I don't want to. He gonna be fussy. Who cares?
Right.
If you're more of a burden than a benefit in someone's life, it's time to go. Bye. So I coach people on how to make them buy. I'm done.
She said, bye, Ike.
Bye, Felicia.
She said, bye, Ike, bye, Felicia, call Tyrone, all that.
But you can't use my phone.
Because it's been turned off because it was sitting in the ice.
Oh, no. You and I really together.
Yeah, but that's how I did. Did I answer the question?
Yes, ma'am.
I know I be rambling on. I'm like, did I get to the point?
I like listening to y'all. I like listening to all of y'all talk. This is fun to me.
This is very funny.
This is fun to me. I like doing this. This is fun to me. So
You do a great job.
I try.
How you
I
flow?
try. I just try. I like just listening to people talk. That's what I do.
Oh, her name is Tanisha Bibbs, the one that I'm doing the
Tanisha.
behind. Yes, she's awesome. Behind the Beauty Retreat. That's what it's called. Behind the Beauty Retreat. Hosted and organized by Tanisha Bibbs. So come on, stay tuned for that in 2018, July.
July is coming. All
So
right.
I actually coaching chose me because I knew I was telling the ladies I was praying to God for like 2 years. I want to be an entrepreneur. I knew that I was not meant to work for people because I just felt like I had tapped out in the corporate America. So I said, Lord, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to work for myself, by myself, and I just want to be like in a hole somewhere just doing the work. I don't really want to have to manage anyone. I don't want to have to report to anyone. And so when they did layoffs, my whole department got laid off.
Wow.
And one of my bosses came to me and said, we got positions over here, reapply, please reapply. And I had to tell her no, because it would be a slap in God's face to say, give me this. And he gives me a door that wide and I go back.
Right.
So
Yeah,
then what am
right.
I going to do? Go back and sit in this cubicle and continue to beg and pray as if it never came, So I left there, and I was actually an artist. I was creating art, handmade art, on my pastime as a hobby.
Right.
I used to have my red wine, my music on, and I would just paint and just
Erykah
create.
Badu.
Yes.
So you draw people?
Well, no, I'm a self-taught artist.
Like a
I
self-
just
okay.
began to just do things and create things that looked so good when I finished that I decided to put on an art show. And when I put that art show on and made a paycheck that day in like 4 hours, I decided, okay, I'm already an entrepreneur. But I knew that wasn't what I was going to be doing because it had nothing to do with my passion. That was just what I did for fun, and I could make money off of it. So I ended up volunteering my time, trying to learn skills. What am I going to be doing, Lord, every day? And I taught writing workshops. I was helping people figure out what they wanted to do with starting businesses. And then it happened that I gained a coaching certification in business coaching. And so, and it was so funny because it was a barter. So the person I was teaching those workshops for free couldn't pay me. But they owned a company where it was a coaching practice, and they offered me the opportunity to go through. And I said, okay, thank you, God, because he knew my money at the time. And so I was grateful for that opportunity, and I took it seriously. So once I got past that point, and everything shaped itself, I had a mentor who had been a coach for over 20 years, and I asked him one day, I said, how do I do my website? How do I do this? He said, everything you're doing right now is going to shape itself over time, and your clients and your customers are going to tell you what you specialize in based on what they come back to you the most for. Right. So out of that came, the best opportunity to be free, and it was a trade-off. You can't see around the corner. You don't know, exactly when you're going to get paid every time because your work is different. But when you have the freedom that I have, I don't worry about that. Right. I just do the work. I focus. When I focus and do the work, I don't have to worry about this, that, or the other. I just move seamlessly into what I'm supposed to do. And I've helped so many different kinds of people figure it out that sometimes they feel like they owe me even after they've paid me. And because the value of what they get it's crazy. And I tell people they need a coach because the same reason why all the great ballers need coaches. They're already great, but the coach can highlight that greatness in a way that puts you in position to get what you're trying to get out of life. So that's why I believe people need coaches and consultants. I'm also a consultant, so it's Coach Wright Consulting, to just make it plain for you. I coach and consult because there's a difference between the two. Coaches can't get their hands dirty. All they can do is sit back and probe and make you make every decision, and you. But a consultant can get their hands dirty with you and, okay, let's create this plan. So I mesh the two together because I want to help them get it.
Right.
Sometimes I've had people to come to me and say, the consistency is the problem. If I can't work with you consistently, if you're all over the place, then I have to let you go because it's a disservice.
Yeah.
And that creates a need for a customer service number for me,
Right.
for somebody to call and complain. So let's alleviate that. And first we have to find if we're the right fit.
Right.
So everybody's not the right fit, but
Right.
I have to decide that. And one thing I never do for a person is I never make decisions. If they ask me for my advice, I will give them 50 different things to consider, but you make the decision.
Right.
Once you
Right.
make it, we're going to run in whatever direction you chose because
Exactly.
that's what makes the biggest difference between blaming me and taking ownership.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you have to own this.
Right.
You got to own this. I can't
Right.
own it.
Exactly.
So I kind of fell into being a coach by not knowing exactly what I wanted to do when I left corporate America, but knowing that I was going to work for myself. And then the skills I had, they just came to light. It's just like
Right.
you have all these skills you've gained over all these years. You've done all these things. So go teach.
Exactly.
So I always hashtag speaking and teaching because that's what I do. I'm not just speaking when I'm on a platform. I'm teaching. I'm giving you practicality. I'm making it so easy that you leave and not wanting to not act. You want to take action. And so
Right.
let's get this party started.
How about that? Yeah. We getting the party started. All right, Miss Diva. She is the diva because she made a whole conference out of it.
Yes, so for me, it extends back as far as it's still that pain. There's just so many things that you really don't know what's inside of you to do until you put yourself in the right atmosphere. Because when you do, it's conducive to birth the seeds that have been planted inside of you. And for me, I didn't necessarily start coaching until maybe about 2 years ago. I'm actually a licensed and ordained minister.
Okay.
So for me,
Pray for me.
for me,
Got to ask for it.
it's so many things that has transpired over my life, and I had to come through it.
Right.
For me, I understand it is so important that when you're healed, you have to go back
Right.
and help heal, because hurt people, even when you were talking about in relationships, it doesn't have to be a husband, wife, a boyfriend, girlfriend. It's still yet parental. It's still yet your children, your cousins, your business partners. Hurt people. And a lot of times relationships, no matter what extent of the relationship it is, doesn't necessarily work out because there's some underlying hurt that was never dealt with. You have to be able to go back and not blame someone and where it keeps coming up, because it's so important and it's so true. We keep blaming everyone for something that we had the ability to say yes or no to.
Yes.
And that was something that God dealt with me on. When he took me to a place in 2011, he said, you got to leave. And he left me and he sent me away from everyone and everything that I knew, where he could just work on Lateka. And this is the time that all of these things that I didn't know was inside of me to do start coming forth, because all I really knew to do was church and work.
Right.
That's all I knew how to do. And unfortunately, a lot of us who extend back in our ethnicity, that's what we know how to do. Even singers, where did you learn how to sing? I sung in the choir. You know, so,
Right.
so it just goes to show how deep our roots go when it comes to a religious background. And for me, as God began to heal me, I began to meet new people in the city that I had moved to. Even though I wanted to be in the background, he said, nope. You got to be in the front. And he began to let me meet people, and I just started talking to them. And I started really mentoring them. So as I began to mentor them, they listened. And you can see how their life changed and turned around. And it's just so many things transpired. And I said, okay, guys, so
This is who I am.
I need to take ownership of this, because I'm here to help someone else have their life put into a better position, because God did it for me. So it wasn't something I followed. There wasn't a guideline for me. So now I have guidelines where I help people. And it goes back to every relationship. When it comes to coaching, it's not a good fit.
Right.
You know, it's, the whole teacher-student type of thing. Everyone doesn't want to listen.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to know when to say, this is a little bit
Too
deeper
much.
than me.
Earlier
I
is
don't
later.
think I can really,
Yeah.
you need to really get some real type of help. But say it in a
Right.
real
Some people need therapists,
Exactly.
but they still come to you because they don't know that they
There's
really need
a
the therapist.
difference,
Yeah.
right.
And they feel that therapy makes them be deemed crazy or loony.
That's part of the issue.
Right.
Yeah.
So even when I had started my talk show called Naked and Not Ashamed show, that was a mental break. That was a metaphor of being naked to expose yourself. And say, this is what I went through in my life, but this is who I am now. Or give other people the steps to let them know how to break free. So fast forwarding now, I actually have it out there where I do a few, I think it's maybe 30 minutes of free consultations where people can go on my website and sign up for that consultation. And it's at that point that I will say, yeah,
Yes,
we're good.
Right,
This
because
is
you
what
should
we
know
need to
in
do.
that conversation.
And then it's
Yeah.
like, and just be professional with how you
Right.
lay it out, of course.
Right.
And then there's sometimes when you do talk to some people that it's beyond what you can give them, and they may not want to do the groundwork because change is not easy. It's necessary. But what I've found is when people are not ready,
Right.
they say they're ready,
Right.
but sometimes we get in the habit of repeating the same thing that sounds good to make it feel as if we're really doing something with our life. And we go back to that I finna, I'm gonna. And you meet those people who said, I used to be one, this is what I wanna do, I wanna do, I wanna do. Another year goes, I wanna do. Well, why haven't you done it yet?
Right. Right.
One, you may not know the steps.
Right.
Two, you really are fearful. Three, you just lost. You just don't know which way to turn. And that's when coaching comes into place. And even like you were saying, consultants can help guide you. And I thank God that the ones that I have seen where they have either been mentored by me or coached by me, I have seen them turn their whole life around, even buy homes to the point they've been homeless. Now they're living in their own home, even when it came to jobs. So it goes so much deeper than a mental psyche. But when you go back, you have to have your mind in order to get your body in order. So where your heart is, your body follows.
Yes.
But if you don't check your mind to be in sync with your heart, your life is going to be all over the place. So you really have to know what you want in this life.
It can't be a quick check either.
No.
Right.
I mean, you can't sit down, okay, yeah, I'm good. You have to sit down and go, am I really good?
Right.
Is that person that I've been talking to good? My friend's good to me? Is this job I'm working good for me? Am I really happy where I am? What is going on with me? It can't be, yeah, I'm fine.
You got to be honest.
You're going to miss some
have
stuff.
to be-
You're going to miss some
You
stuff.
have to be honest with yourself, because if you are not honest with yourself, you will not get the results that you really want to
No.
see. There's a reason why we dream about the future. There's a reason why we say those things that we want to do. Forget a trend, you know, because sooner or later a trend will subside and something else will take its place. What about being that legacy? What about being that leader? Because what I've found is where that person is, if you have people who are looking up to you, that's where you're taking them.
Yeah.
They're following you, especially with children. Children repeat cycles. So in order for us to stop cycles that are dysfunctional, not working, we have to first stand up and say, let me put my own self on the couch today.
Right.
Let me be real with myself. Let me look my own self in the mirror. And that is something that I have, because I have exercises in the book where I ask people to do certain exercises. And that is one of them where I ask you to go in front of a mirror and repeat affirmations. And then when you repeat it for the first time, I'll ask you a question about, now how many times did you really look at yourself and not believe what you said? Those are examinations, because we don't believe we're beautiful. We don't believe that we can do great things in our life when we're in a position where, one, we don't know ourselves. Two, it was never taught to us to really know how important and how beautiful we are, because hurt people, and you live those same vicious cycles. And then they go up doing things that they are going to regret one day or make someone else's life worse. For me, even though I had to raise my children alone with the help of my mother, of course, and my sister, I had to say, I have to raise my sons to not be a crutch to a woman, but to be a provider. And the same way with my daughter, I had to recognize I have to tell her how beautiful she is. I have to tell her how smart she is. I have to remind her of those great things for young ladies to grow up and hear from their parents. Because if they don't, the first man that comes along and says how beautiful you are,
or ugly, you'll believe it.
Exactly.
And then but you won't have anything to stand on with it.
Right.
And that's why a lot of young girls today have low self-esteem about themselves, because they're confused. And some people confuse self-esteem with compliments. A compliment has nothing to do with self-esteem. Self-esteem is an inner work of what you believe about yourself. And, you know, and how you see yourself. How do you see you? You know how you see everybody else, because you're going to judge everything you see in front of you. You can run this person down, but you got to think about, well, how do you see you? And I bet most of us are gonna paint a positive picture. But how do other people see you? And you need a variation of that so you can actually have a real idea of who you are to the world.
And one thing I say to your point, when it came to how you see how other people see you, I have taken on this whole statement: you can't build on opinions.
No.
But you can build on facts. It doesn't matter what someone else says about you. What matters is what you are saying about you. Is it a fact? So if someone has something to say, but is it a fact?
And if 5 people are telling you the same thing and they don't know each other, consider
it.
Consider some truth
Right.
in that.
Consider that.
Because some people are in denial to where everyone can say the same thing,
That's
but you
so
still
true.
believe, no, it's this. So if you're doing affirmations, which we all should be doing, you have to be living. Acting out those affirmations. You can't just say it and still be acting out a different way, because you're still feeding the same poison to the same people around you. So,
The same thing saying, but I prayed about it. It didn't mean it was
faith without works is what?
Hello.
Dead.
All right, you got to put some feet to that.
Exactly.
Action.
Exactly. And we have to not only instill that in ourselves, we have to instill it in our children. And then that helps with keep on having a lot of people that are growing up with all of their self-esteem problems.
Exactly.
Because we have to make sure our girls and our boys, you know, that was one of the things I used to tell my boys, you're not just going to get with anybody. I want you to be able to do all of these things. You can cook for yourself. You can clean for yourself. That way you don't have to get with a woman just because she's doing this. With my daughter, you know, I made sure that she knew she was beautiful. I made sure that, you know, all this stuff that I'm doing for you, a man coming to you need to be able to do more than this.
You said the key word. You said
more
all
than
the
this.
stuff that I'm doing. A lot of us are missing the action.
Exactly.
You
It's
can't
that
just
action.
tell them. You have to show them, because
That's
sometimes people just need to see the example of, oh, this is how you do it.
Right.
And they hear it, and then they can receive it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to respect yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, honey, you have to.
You have to respect yourself.
And they need to see that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that respect, patience too.
Yeah.
When you were saying what you were saying, you know, all the speaking that a lot of us are doing, all of us in this room, you know, are women of excellence, of course. We redeemed that by the lovely Regina Sunshine.
Regina Sunshine. Thank you.
Because she said so.
Because she said so. But patience is so important, because if you are impatient, you're not going to get it, because you want it now, and it may not happen now. Patience means what Lateka just said. I'm going to take an additional 5 or 10 minutes and let it marinate this time. She's not going to just be, and then I'm like, she's just talking. No, she's talking, but it's making sense. I need to take 5 minutes and listen this time.
Listen to understand and comprehend, not listening to speak. Because a lot of
Or
people,
shake
they
your
want you to
head.
be quiet so they can just speak, and they missed everything you said. There's no understanding. So, yeah.
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience, y'all. Patience. You got to have
When
patience.
she said shaking her head, it reminded me of a funny story. You know, I gotta tell it. So with the company that I work for, I actually had to travel to India to teach my coworkers over there how to do our job correctly. And so when you be explaining stuff to them, they do this.
Oh.
So, you know, here we do this. They do this.
Oh.
So, you know, I'm sitting up here like, they not getting it. They not getting it. And they was like, yes, we are. No, they not. They shaking their head. They saying no. And they was like,
it's a
no, we're
culture
saying
thing.
yes. No, we're saying yes. I said, no, you're saying no.
Communication barrier.
What I teach you. So not only did I need to teach you how to do the work, I need you to understand that, you know, when you do this, that means no.
Wait till I leave. and
Wait,
you
you can go back to
with
doing
your
that, but
coworkers.
as long as I'm
Talking
here,
to me.
I need y'all to shake your head this
up and
way.
down.
Yes, nod your head, honey. You
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Or just say yes.
Just
Yeah.
say yes and be
Yes.
finished with
That
it.
is
Don't
so
shake your head. But
funny.
they'll say yes, but they be shaking their head no. And like you saying, and then it reminds you of kids because, they saying no or they saying yes. You know what I'm saying? They're doing one, but it's like, that's not the answer. That's not the correct answer. And they're like, yes. They're like, yes. And I'm like, no, no. So, yeah, the shaking the head, it really throws people off. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Hello, it's your girl Regina Sunshine Robinson, coming here today to talk to you about my new book, Regina Sunshine State of Mind, 7 Keys to Help You Get Your Mind Right. If you've been looking for that tool to help you in getting a positive mental attitude and not only getting it, but maintaining it, this is the book for you. You can find it on my website, reginasunshine.com, or you can also find it at amazon.com. Hello, it's your girl Regina Sunshine, and they call me the Affirmation Queen. Why am I called the Affirmation Queen? Because I'm a big believer that if you change the way you speak, you'll change the way you think, and you'll change the circumstances in your life. So start today speaking words of life over you and your circumstances, and see if everything doesn't begin to line up with those things that you are speaking. And I want to leave you with these parting thoughts. Remember this: God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life. And take with you my personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you today, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed and keep winning.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
And we're back. Y'all know I'm always laughing, so look over me. It's the Regina Sunshine Show. I am your girl, Kandie, and we have the lovely, all of them are divas. I know we got one that's actually doing the Diva Conference, but these divas, oh my God, if you guys aren't following them, you finna be, because I'm finna get them to tell you how to do that, okay? So get your phone out. I know y'all got a phone. Get your phone out, and I want you to do this, all right? Phones.
Get out.
Get it out.
Get off Facebook and get it out.
Listen. Listen. But I still need you to, y'all know how to multitask. If you don't, you need to figure it out. So we're going to start with the diva herself. She's going to give you all of the information on how people can get in contact with you.
Sure. So on social media, I'm Lateka S. Carter. And that's Lateka S as in Sam Carter. You can find me on Facebook like that, Instagram. My Twitter is Divas Boss Lady. But if you type in Divas, D-I-V-A-S, Boss Lady in Google, you'll be able to find me for sure.
The boss lady.
Oh, and my website, I'm sorry, is transitionyouin90days.com. That's in 90days.com. I had to say that because somebody asked me.
Spell out 90.
Yeah, how do you spell it out?
It's the numbers.
It's the number.
It's the number.
90.
Yes. 90. All right. So we're going to go to Coach.
All right, so you can also Google me, Corinne Wright, Kurinn, Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, and I spell that because some people say R-I-G-H-T. I'm like, no, the other Wright. If you Google me, you'll find everything. You'll find www.kwrightcoaching.com. It's my website. My social media, I think Googling me is better because if you just type in Corinne, you'll find me on Facebook and on Instagram. I do
Make
not
sure
really
you
use
spell
Twitter.
it right.
Yeah, Kurinn.
Yeah, because I would have spelled it wrong. That's why I'm telling
I
y'all
know.
to spell it right. And the ultimate pink lady.
Yeah, so I got a free gift for y'all.
Uh-oh. She's
So,
giving out goodies.
I'm giving out gifts. If
We
you
need
go-
her to come back. She give out stuff.
But you got to go to Tinzley Bradford,
How about
LLC, and register to get that free gift.
Register.
Subscribe. That's the word.
Subscribe.
And please
Neither.
don't spell it with an S. That's offensive.
Oh.
Tinzley.
Figure it out.
So Tinzley Bradford LLC or tinzleybradford.com. If you go to Instagram, it's Tinzley B, which is Tinzleyb. Twitter is Tinzley B. Facebook is my name, author Tinzley Bradford. And I'm like the other wonderful ladies in here. If you go to Google and put Tinzley Bradford in there, it's going to come up with a lot of other channels you can find. But we did a master class last year, myself and the lovely, innovative Butterfly. Go follow her. She's awesome. We did it together, and it was a settle-free master class. And I'm giving it away for you just to subscribe. So you subscribe, you click it, it'll give you the option to download your free gift. And you can hear my settle-free master class where I show you, I ain't playing. Ike, I ain't playing with you no more.
Hit the dough, Ike.
She ain't playing with you, Ike.
I don't want to eat no more
She's not
cake.
going to eat the cake.
We threw the cake in the trash.
And put the trash in a dumpster.
Go fish.
How about that? Figure it out. So I appreciate you guys coming today. And on behalf of the Regina Sunshine Show, I am so happy that I ended up here with you guys. I got to have fun. Thanks always, Regina, for, letting me step in and help out. And I love your son. I call her sons. So I love your sons, and you guys make sure you tune in every Monday from noon to 2. Right here on Instinct Radio for the Regina Sunshine Show. I am your girl, Kandie. You can find me here on Instinct Radio basically all the time. Me and the Oracle, I think we need a bed because we will be here. But this Thursday night, the Go Live show, it will actually start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10 p.m. You'll have your boy Squirt go live. And Duchess, Erica, hey, girl. They will be your hosts for that show. You will also have this Saturday, Kandie, the pop-up Kandie Promotions show. We're actually bringing in my girl, Sister Gertrude. And then, every Saturday night, we here. Somebody here. It's either going to be me or it's going to be Damian Leaks. And that's going to be the Rockstar Life. He's every second and fourth Sunday. Kandie, Undisputed. Of course, we did our last show for this year yesterday, so we'll be back next year. So, you guys just go on Facebook. I am Kandie. You will find me. So, and make sure you spell my name right. Kandie.
Oh.
Okay? So, anyway, you guys have a lovely day. Enjoy the weather. Get out the ice. And we will see you next Monday right here on the Regina Sunshine Show, 12 noon to 2 p.m. See ya.
Bye.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life.